Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Saki Does Stuff. Gonna have to take a little break from our 57 Cadillac build while we wait for the rest of our paint supplies to come in. And I wanted to give the body a good week or so before I touched it. And I did get some foam board in to start the diorama scene for it. But I think in the meantime, I'm going to start working on some of these models that I have kind of showcased a couple times, like the B29 that I'm going to make a Keybird diorama from, or out of. And I have this P-40B Tiger Shark that I was working on, and it had a lot of seam gaps, as you can see, and did some Vallejo plastic putty on it, and this is actually the second coat on the front nose area. The nose is a separate piece. I kind of wish they would have just molded that as part of the side of the fuselage, and then you could still have the rotating prop. Not sure why they went with that. It makes the fit was not good. I gotta admit, it looked really bad, so that's why there's so much putty here. And it still needs to be sanded yet. I did do the wings and sanded them down just to get an idea of what it was going to look like. And at the bottom here, you see there was a big old gap there and some stuff here. But the front was boy, that was a mess. And that's going to take some sanding. But in this episode, I'm going to start working on this P-40B. We also have the M3 Lee that I bought off eBay that was missing pieces. Missing part of the drive wheels, and was missing the little turret cannon. And as you can see, I formed a toothpick into the shape of what the cannon would be. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I got this so cheap on eBay, it's missing this whole set here. But this is going to be a diorama. I'm going to name M3 Lee in the tree. It's going to have like a forest area with a couple trees, and I'm just going to have a tree blocking that. I wish I had a 3D printer. I just draw stuff up and 3D print them, but I don't have that right now, and kind of got to work with what you got. And sometime down the road, if I do get a 3D printer, it's not like I can't pull it off the setting, make it, and just glue it straight on. So, no harm done there. We're going to make the best of this. But yeah, this was like, it's to me a kit, I believe. Is it? Pretty sure it is. Hold on. P-40's a Revell, or Revell, however you pronounce it. Yeah, that's a Tamiya. Oh, it's right there. I got my armor in the middle of the pile. I got my models under the table here. It's a shelf area, and I got my planes on the far end here. I got the warships, or ships in general, next to those. In the middle, I got the armor, and then I have all my model cars on right by where I'm sitting. Yeah, I got this M3 Lee so cheap on eBay. I think it's a cool tank, and I actually have a Stormgeschütz 4, which is a new kit that has not been touched yet. Looking forward to doing that, but we need to clean up the bench here and get some of these models done. So today, without any further ado, we're going to put the landing gear on this P-40B, and I've already done the painting on it, I believe. Or did I? Yeah, I did. There it is. Even painted the prop and the nose spinner. Haven't painted none of the wheel pants, or the retractable doors for that stuff, but can I read the... Let's get at it here. So we're gonna need 24 and 26. Got those off the tree here. Got a little fuzzy in there. It's got all these little round knobs we need to trim off too, but we can't trim off too much because that's our little pegs to mount the landing gear. And I'm gonna have to do some touch up. I realize that, but I thought it'd be easier just to paint some of this stuff on the tree, get a initial coat out of it. It's supposed to have that, so I won't sand that off. Just gonna clean this up a little bit. Really delicate at this scale. You gotta kind of be careful what you're doing there. Let's get the other one off. Maybe. There it is. Put that over there. Get these little round knobs off. Like that. Clean it up with the sander. I like these little files. I got it in a kit with my snippers and everything there, and it comes in pretty handy for model making. And then we're also going to need the wheel hubs and the outer wheel pieces. So we'll go ahead and trim them off the sprue as well. It's hard to get. There it is. I want to be careful so that I don't snip it out of round. Cut them a little bit high, and then we can always sand down that little nub. There's the outer for that side. I didn't paint these because they got the hub decal on it for it, and I didn't think we'd want the paint there. Yeah, and you don't hardly want to put any pressure on these either, or you'll start sanding them flat. Just kind of brush over them. So there, we got that stuff there, and now we need our wheels, which is right here. And we do need to pay attention. It looks like these two go together. This one. This one. Go together. And this one. Get rid of this. Oh, there goes some of our landing gear doors. This one and this one go together. Put that over there so I don't break my propeller. We'll just take it and that. And the next one. And all my plastic models are going to be part of some type of a diorama, either of their own or together. This one in particular is going to be, I think I'm going to call it ready for takeoff. It's going to be having the open cockpit so you can see my little pilot guy that I painted, and it's going to be like in the taxi area of a grass runway, I think, or a dirt runway. But let's get our thin set out. And now we need to figure out which one it goes to where. Looks like the small part of it here, the angle part, goes toward the back. So I gotta be careful I don't break the whatever that is, and then my machine gun's off. Flip it upside down like so. Oh, and I forgot something. We need to remove these before we get too crazy with it. So let's take the snippers. Right there. Right there. There, and right there. I have to clean that up with a knife, I think. I don't think that the sander is going to do much to that. It's too big. Will it fit? Let's try it. Yeah, we're just gonna angle it. Oh yeah. Make stuff work. That'll work. Okay, so we open that up. Now we can take the small angled part goes to the back, and that fits in that little peg hole like so. And it's kind of funny because there's really nothing that goes to. It doesn't go up against anything. And that's all the way seated into the hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the wheels on it, I think, first though, so we can get those nice and straight. I am gonna try to knock a little bit of that paint off. I'm not sure why they painted that. I'm gonna sand it down so we don't risk breaking stuff. I don't know, I was used to, as a kid, my dad said, you gotta get the glue off there, that's why they're not or the paint off there, that's why it's not sticking. Because it just make the paint all gooey with the glue, and it never seemed to dry when I did it that way. So kind of got in the habit of just scraping the paint off where I'm going to glue stuff. But anyways, this one's got a ring raised to mate up to the other side, and I think we'll do it kind of like we did the caddy tires, where the sprue joined in is where we're going to join these two halves. Let's get our glue out. Right? We can glue it? Yes. I like to wipe the brush part off. Gets any paint on it onto a paper towel. There we go. We got one tire all glued together. And we'll do the same to this one. I'm actually gonna put the part that was boy, I sanded that one down real nice. Couldn't even hardly tell. The part where they did cut off on the tree, I'm gonna sand it, but I'm gonna touch it up. And that's the actual part that I'm gonna glue to the ground of the diorama. Yeah, it's not really turning the brush dark, so that's good. Alright, we'll let that sit and cure for a bit, and we'll grab the one we glued first. And is there a certain position? Got a little flash here. Right there we'll get rid of. I want that showing up on the wheel. Alright. So now it's saying, and these can all be glued solid. Looks like you could make it if you keep the glue off the wheel and just glue the two hub parts together. You could have a spinning wheel, but I don't want that, not for the purpose of the diorama, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the outer hub on, like so. I'll give it a dab of glue on the inside. Get it on that part. And then we'll put a hub piece on. Get a little more glue on that while we're doing it. There we go. Get our inner hub on, like that. Hold it for a sec, and there we go. We got one wheel and hub. Oh, got a little glue that came out of there, it looks like. There we go. Yeah, we'll clean it up. When I do the touch up for, it doesn't matter if I get a little bit on the hub. We'll fix that. And we'll take this one, get the front piece on, like so. What happened is the glue soaked through and it stuck to my finger. And get the inner part on. When I pinched it like this, the glue squeezed out and got on my finger, and that's why it's probably gonna do the same here. No, it didn't. Surprises me. Okay, while that's drying, we didn't do the paint removal on this side. Whoa. Or on this part where it glues in. So let's get that going. And where the wheel's gonna end up being. And when I make these planes especially, I always assume there's going to be some touch-up once everything's kind of in place. You can see how the part's flexing there. Not very strong there. And I didn't paint in the holes of the wheel, so that should not be a big issue. So let's go ahead and get some glue on this peg on there. All the way around like so. Let's slap a wheel on there. Let's try to get the right part down. Like that. Make sure I'm lined up good. Oh, that popped off. Got a little crazy. Well then. Maybe it would have been better to do the hubs first. That way we could have just did this. Make sure that's a really good glue bond. And I'm going to stick our wheel back on. No harm done. Still got my seam to the bottom, or where the screw was. Uh-oh. What's going on to me, a thin set? Doesn't want to wake. Knows it's the weekend, it doesn't want to work. That was pretty cheesy. Pretty cheesy. Like that better? Heh. Now my wheel's up though. Spin it back down quick. I want that seam at the bottom. I'm gonna set you to the side here. There we go. And let's get this one going. Hopefully this one had more of a chance to dry. I would have thought that to me a thin set would have set up by now. Yeah, that one went right into place good. Why don't we just, for giggles, we'll just do a little drop in there, like that. So we anticipate we'll have to do some touch up anyway. But this one would like some too. Like that. Now, what we have to do is, let me put that there. We just need to put the glue in the holes and get them straight. Oh yeah, that's a much better. But then I forgot to trim, do some sanding on this one right in the middle here. And around where we're gonna glue. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much more solid. Is that gonna fly out of my hand? Yeah, I think it will. Yeah, I kind of think it's funny that smaller piece doesn't really go to nothing. Oh, it does have a little groove in there to keep you from gluing it wrong. Nice. So let us tip the wing this way because we're going to put some pressure here. Doing that right? Right? Yep, that little knob to there. Let's get some glue in there good. And we'll just put that right inside there. Do not break. Oh. Almost broke off my little deal there. That would have made me upset. And it looks like it went in the deal good. It looks like it's nice and straight. Let's get the other one in. And our wheel popped off. How about that? We'll get this on, then we'll worry about that wheel. Maybe I got too much, did I get too much paint around that? While that's drying there, I'm gonna take my knife and just kind of scrape around here. I might have got too much paint around that inner tire. Actually, I can see that I did. I think that's going to be way better. Oop, glue the side of my bottle there. Alright, so let's just slap some glue around that. Let's get that tire on there. That. I shouldn't just peel it right off though, like that. How's our stance looking before it dries? That might be alright. Kinda like that. Wheels look straight. Looks pretty decent, don't it? I think we'll call that a video, and I'm going to keep it upside down for a little bit and let that glue dry. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.